Good evening, everybody. Well, I got a text from my sweetie when I was out and about and said, swim lessons are canceled because the instructor is not feeling well. So I said, well, let me go to the house and set up my live stream and go hang out with the Spider Gang for a few minutes. I put go YouTube. I got to go to YouTube. I don't know why this thing don't know what I be want. Everything else know what you want to type. Go to YouTube. Except for this pin comment. All right. Shout out to homie Uncultured Currency, aka Trading with a Dummy, who got inbox threatened by someone who appears to be Honey Drip, aka Aristotle. Let me ask y'all a question. Is it really that serious in the investing community where if someone gives their opinion of your services that you take it so personal and wish that they try to unalive theyself? Well, say that they're going to try and unalive theyself and you're going to laugh about it? Is it that serious that you will take your time to speak about another grown man or woman or non-binary in the way of they are just so miserable with their life because they speak about something that you're offering? My grandmother told me, it was a saying. I don't have a dog in this fight, but speaking of dogs, come here. My grandmother said, you know what, baby? If you throw a rock under the porch, the hit dog will holler. Oh, good evening. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits and you are a lurker, hopefully I have separated the wheat from the tare. But if this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits and you're really here to soak up some game, welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in, and I doubt that it is, because we all family here, but I still want to say welcome and give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits every single day. How do y'all tune in every day and listen to me run my mouth? Man, I salute you with both hands. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I'm a complete goofball. Just some average dude from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Your friendly neighborhood retired man. I just get on Al Gore's internet every day and talk about the price action. Right? Me, homeboy over my shoulder back here named Spidey. My sweetie back here in the corner. We hang out in the London fog room and we just talk about the price action. Y'all see them Japanese candlesticks on them screens right there behind me? Them screens right there. Got them other two right there. Y'all see them Japanese candlesticks there? That's all we talk about. Price action. We talk about where price will most likely go, where we may be able to take entries, what did price do today, what do we expect price. That's all we do. Some people say that it's must-see TV. I don't know. What's going on, Rhonda Green? Uh-oh, I hit the wrong one. Rhonda Green, first one in the chat. Laverne, KC, Lil Hawk, Taryn, Gabriel, Audrey, FC. That's all I see. That's all I'm going to say. And we going to get into the price action today. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's change this to daily candles. And I'd like to draw your attention to that portion of the screen over there, all the way over there. You'll see my mouse is hovering over a ticker symbol, the wrong ticker symbol. And the ticker symbol reads SPY. Around these parts, we call the SPY. Well, what is the SPY? First of all, the SPY is the ETF that tracks the performance of the S&P 500. Around here, we call it SPY Lean. We even wrote a song for it. You want to hear it? If you've never heard it, be prepared to be entertained. Be prepared to be serenaded. If you have heard it before, you know the lyrics, feel free to sing it along with me. On the count of three, even. 1, 2, 3. Sing it with me. SPY Lean, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you came through. SPY Lean, girl, what you done do? Oh, SPY Lean, you gap down, then you put it in, you worked it, and then you worked it. You put your thing down, flipped it, and reversed it. Look at SPY Lean that came down. She done gap down. What did she do? She came down below cash encroachment of yesterday's wick, and then put her thing down, flipped it, and reversed it, and closed slightly green on the day. And then in post-market, it's up a tad bit, resting above today's high. SPY Lean, look at you do your thing. And then, remember this morning we was talking about the Dow and the other indices? I'm going to hold my mic. Because I don't like when I be bending down, y'all be looking at the top of my head. So I'm going to hold my mic. I'm going to hold my mic up like this right here. I need to get me one of those arm things to put it on the what's the name? On the desk. I think I might do that. I think I'm gonna get me an arm thing and put it on the desk. If my sweetie looking at this right here, that's a nice Father's Day gift. Tell the boys that's a nice Father's Day gift. One of those arm things to put my mic on the desk. And then if anybody out there wants to send me one, my P.O. box number is. Speaking of number is, I would like to thank everyone that has been clicking on my affiliate link for Apex, and everyone, I think like 2 or 3 people have signed up using my link. I appreciate you for that. They're having like an 80% off sale right now. So if you use my link, that link is for 50% off. Use my link, and when you get there, just change the coupon code to save 80 instead of the save 50 that they have on there, and use the higher coupon code so that you get more money off, but still use my link because it's an affiliate link. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's just an affiliate link. I have nothing against any other prop firm, but Apex is just the one that fit my trading style and what I like. And so that's the prop firm I chose to, take my leap into funded trading land. So use my link, if you will. And shout out to everybody who's been signing up in the memberships. I haven't checked it in a while, but I'll check it either later during the episode or tomorrow. But thank you all who signed up for the channel memberships. Now, back to the regular schedule program. Over here, we was talking about this morning that the Dow was looking super heavy and the Dow was coming for this low, right? I said, I doubt if the Dow has enough juice to pull the ES and the NQ all the way down to this low, right? I said more like the NQ will come to this imbalance right here, and the ES will come to this imbalance right there. The ES went a little further. The ES got almost to square encroachment of this 60-minute wick over here. Didn't quite get there. The Dow was trying. The Dow was like, you think I can't pull the rest of them down below this low over here? Hold my beer. And was just going down, baby, Yo Street in the Range Rover, right? Shout out the Spider Gang member of the year, Mendez, for helping me get my aha moment to be able to see those breakers the way that PDub and Lex was trying to get me to see it. And I told Lex to go jump off a cliff somewhere with this low, high stupidity. Get out my face. And then I went back to my old ways of looking at it the way I learned it from ICT. And today, Mendez pulled up and just when he said it, he showed it. I was like, I can see it now. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Like, get off my screen. Okay, let's go over here and look at the price action. I will like y'all to know that me and the futures are we're not on the best of terms right now. We are not on the best of terms right now. Why are we not on the best of terms right now? If you did not happen to see the post that I can share that right, but before we get into the price action recap, allow me to share something, if you will. You got to be freaking kidding me. Allow me to share. There you go. I'm done with futures. There you go. You gotta be kidding me. Why is that still playing? So Discord even when you close Discord, it keeps playing whatever you're playing in there. Even when you close it, that means it's running in the background. That means they're stealing my computer when I tell them to get out. That means I don't like that. Me no likey that. Me no likey that. Me no likey that. You got to be freaking kidding me. You got to be kidding me. That's it. I'm done with futures for the rest of the week. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. And I even went with the top gap. I didn't go with the bottom one. Come on, man. Shout out 100. He asked me, did I go off of a breaker there? And I said, man, I can't remember if it was a breaker there. But looking at that, right, there is a breaker right there. Right there. There's a breaker right there. Oh, y'all can't see that. I'm pointing at the wrong screen. I'm pointing at the screen like y'all can. I'm pointing because I'm sharing it a little bit different. Let me see if I can share it like this right here. You got to be freaking kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Okay, let me do this. All right, now let me stop sharing this. Share the screen. That screen. There you go. Okay, so now y'all can see my mouse. There is a breaker right here. There's your breaker right there, right? Because this high right here came down and broke this low right here. And then we traded back up through that high. So there's your breaker right there. There is a breaker there, right? I did not go with this lower imbalance. I went with this imbalance up here, one tick down, right? 41.35 even. It came down. It touched my price. Did not pick me up. Y'all hold on for a second. Yo. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. But yes, like I was saying, I didn't take the lower gap because I was assuming this was going to be a breakaway gap. So I went with the upper gap. I did it for um institutional order flow entry drill, which it did. It came one tick into the gap, right? But it just didn't pick me up. And so when this candle here started to project up, I snatched out my phone and started recording and say, look at this. This is the fourth time between yesterday and today, the fourth time that this has happened to me, where price came to my point, my price, and took off and left me. Man, my finger looked like a smoked sausage. I just noticed that my finger, I got some ugly. Are my fingers that? Do my fingers look that gnarly in real life? I'm looking at my finger here, and it don't look gnarly like that, like it look on the screen. It look like a smoked sausage. Wow. Anyway, that's the fourth time in 2 days that this has happened to me. Shout out to homie one. I was talking to the homie 100 earlier today, and I said, you know what, man, this is just old Lucifer and his sister Satin trying to tempt me to violate my rules and go and chase price. This is old Lucifer and his daughter Satin tempting me to, they just tempted me. But I got to stand strong and I got to stick to my rules no matter what. Maybe I'm not getting picked up because I'm over trading. I'm going to look at the other side. Maybe I'm not getting picked up because I'm over trading. Maybe I'm not getting picked up because I need to work on my discipline. Maybe I'm not getting picked up because it's something inside me that I need to work on. And the good Lord above is working it out for me. The only way for you to get get to something is to go through something. It's a word in that, y'all. The only way to get to something, you got to go through something. Now, I told y'all this morning that I will bring out Pastor Offering on one of these lives. And if you want to get to it, you got to go through it. I said, if you want to get to it, you got to go through it. If you're trying to get to something, you got to go through something. Because without a test, you can have no testimony. Without a test, you can have no testimony. Look at your neighbor and say, hey, man. Shout out Pastor Offering for pulling up. Shout out Pastor Offering for pulling up this evening, man. I never knew Pastor Offer is gonna pull up. He just came. I told y'all I speak extemporaneously. Gotta be like Jay used to say. Gotta front run your entries. I'm glad you said that, Power Moves. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Right? When you say, I'm glad you said that because I want to make this a teachable moment for everybody. I want to make it a teachable moment for everybody. And since Power Moves, and since you said that, I'm going to make it a teachable moment for you too. Now, let us discuss front running a trade. Where did my video file go? Let me pull my video file back up. Let us discuss front running a trade. Got to be freaking kidding me. Click. Right? So if move your sausage finger out of the way, Tim. Okay, so what is front running a trade? Front running a trade, right? We're looking at this. Matter of fact, let's go to the charts and look at this. Let's go to the charts and look at this. 41.35. What time did I share that? I shared that at 2:28. Let's go to the charts. We're going to the charts. Let's go to 2:28. 2:28. We're going. Am I talking too loud right now? I got the mic really close to my mouth. So hopefully I'm not talking too loud. 2:22, 2:28. Let's go. Okay, this is the area right here. This is the area right here. This is the area right here. We gonna make this a teachable moment for everybody. I said we gonna make this a teachable moment for everybody. Yeah. Keep playing and y'all shouting. Keep playing and y'all gonna be shouting up here for real. Hey man, God is good. He'll get to moving in the atmosphere. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't mad at it. If that's not what you believe, let me put my disclaimer out there. If that's not what you believe, if you are not a Christian or a person that believes that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, I do not mean to offend you. I just have been given a gift by he who created all things, and it was the gift of his son dying for my sins, and me being baptized in belief of that for remission of those sins. And I cannot hide my light of under anything. I have to let my light shine. If it offends you, I apologize sincerely. I'm not being funny at this moment. I'm being dead serious. I apologize. I do not wish to offend anyone, but I will not hide anything that I feel. If this is not what you want to be a part of, you are welcome to leave. But I will not hide the fact that I love the Lord. He's been too good for me to deny him in front of anybody. I will not deny him before men because I do not want him to deny me before his father. Now, back to the regular scheduled program. Thank you. Here we go. 1 minute in candles. Front running, right? So, this is the price fractal that we're looking at. Let me make the candles real big, like so you can see, like, okay. In the case of front running trades, right? Let's just say I wanted to enter on this bullish fair value gap alone. That's my sole reason for getting in this gap. I'm taking since we're talking about J, I'm taking a gap bounce, right? I'm thinking it's going to hit this gap and bounce, right? Front running the trade would be putting your limit order, right? Right. So instead of putting your limit order right there at the entry, front running the trade would be to put it one tick in front of the entry point, meaning I think it's coming here, right? So I'm going to put it one tick in. So I'm going to front run the trade. So as it approaches there, in case it doesn't pick me up here, or in case it doesn't quite get there and it stops, I'm going to front run the trade by at least one tick. Some people front run it by 2 ticks. Some people front run it by 4 ticks. Some people just, however you want to front run, they just mean put it a little bit before your price, right? That is front running a trade, right? What I was doing was I was trying to take institutional order flow entry drill, right? Not institutional order, yeah, institutional order flow entry drill, right? And I was coming in, I was eyeballing it. I didn't really, come in and, what I'm saying, do the numbers on it because I was eyeballing. I was just trying to get picked up. But it came down into touched me. So there's no way for me to front run when I'm taking a trade based off of, institutional order flow entry drill, right? The only way to technically front run that is just to move it up, but that's not really front running it. You know what I'm saying? That's not really front running it. The only way to do it is just to move it up. So there's no way to front run when you're, you know what I'm saying? Because you can only front run if you're going based off of, you know, like I want to enter on the high. I want to enter on the high of the breaker. I want to enter on the high of the breaker, so I'll front run it and put it 1 point up. You know what I'm saying? I want to enter on the open of the breaker, so I'll front run it and put 1 point up, right? But when I'm entering based off of institutional order flow entry drill, the premise behind that is I want to get long or get short once you come into this area. Once you come into this area, I don't want to get long or short before you come into this area. I only want to get long or short after you enter this area. So I'm going to put it 1 tick inside this area. I don't care if you go all the way to the bottom of this area, but I want to get long when you come inside this area, right? So there's really no way for me to front run it when I'm doing institutional order flow entry drill, because I'm saying I want to get long or short once you come into this area, right? So you know what I'm saying, it's and every time I've got done like this, you know what I'm saying, it's coming to my price. It's easy in hindsight to say, oh, you should have just put it 1 tick up. Okay, last time when I had it 1 tick inside, I said, you know what? Last time it left me, so I'm going to put it right at the top. And I put it right at the top, and it came down and it touched my price and it turned over. So what was I supposed to do then? Front run it again, front run it again, front run it again. You see what I'm saying? There is no way to, front run when you're based off of the strategy that I'm using. I'm getting long when you come into this area. That's the premise behind institutional order flow entry drill. If you never come in here, I'm never getting long. But as soon as you come in here, I'm getting long. I'm getting long. So that's the teachable moment for today. The difference between front running and institutional order flow entry drill. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now get off my screen. I love the Lord too, not to offend. High place. That's that's what I've been told. You said that with an exclamation point, like like you've been there before. That's what I've been told. Hey, y'all know I ain't got good sense, man. Don't be starting me, man. Y'all know I ain't got good sense at all. Let's get into the price action, right? Let's go to 5 minute candles, right? We're gonna go to 5 minute candles. Um, as y'all see, I only got some sell side and buy side on there because that's what I was looking for this afternoon. That's what I was looking for this afternoon. What are we taking? Sell side or buy side? And we took the buy side. Uh we gonna we gonna do the price action today fully with fully naked charts. I'm just gonna find Thursday 9:30, put it on 9:25, and I'm gonna find Thursday 4:30 right there. And we're gonna look at the price action on these 5 minute candles with fully unadulterated, clean charts. Get my bearing together. Let's put some reference points in here just so I know what's going on to the left and the right. There you go. Get me some reference on the screen so I know what a going zone. So I know what a going zone. Okay. So before the market opened up, we came in, came down, and took out the 745 low, right? Took out the 745 low. Heavy distribution to the downside, right? That's the 745 low right there that we took out, right? Heavy distribution to the downside, left a SIBI there and a breaker, right? So we got a breaker and a SIBI right there, right? We got a breaker and a SIBI right there. That's the breaker right there, right? So SIBI made another SIBI along with a volume imbalance right there, pushed back up to the volume imbalance. Let me get my crosshair so I can see, right? Pushed up to the high of the volume imbalance, right? And then drop like it's hot, right? Dropped like it's hot. Another bearish breaking market structure right here. Reverse, pushed back up into, right, this SIBI and mitigation block right here. Push back up into the SIBI and mitigation block. These are 5-minute candles, by the way. Then we dropped it like it's hot, right? Came back down. Let's check the new week opening gaps to see if we touched any of those. And we did, right? The first drop brought us down to an overlap of new week opening gaps. We pushed back up. The bodies respected the new week opening gap to the tick, right? As we pushed up into the high and then came back down, pushed down toward the lower end of the new week opening gap, pushed back up to the overlap. The body of the candles respect the overlap of the new week opening gap, meaning the low of this gap. We respected the low of that gap. We pushed down and the body came back, and this body of this candle respected the low of this gap. So the open of the candle respected the low of the top new week opening gap, and the close of the candle respected the low of it's respected the low of the top gap, and the close respect the low of the bottom gap, right? We dilly-dallied a little bit, then we came back down and poked into another new week opening gap, skated across the top of it, and then we came back at 10:45 and got a breaking market structure here, created a BISI, right? Created a BISI next to a bullish breaker, and then we took off. I came in and I set an alert. To let me know when I think it was break this low at 11:20. Let me go check that. What is that low right there? 131.25. Let's look at the alerts. Let's look at the logs. I can see the logs on my phone. Wait a minute. When I go on my phone, I can see the logs. Why can't I see the logs here? Why can't I see the logs? I didn't hit clear log. Expert log. Why can't I see the log? Where's my log? Reset. No, active, current. Symbol, logo, last drawing indicator. Where's my logs? Data. Hey, man. Where's my logs, man? It says alert logs, but they're not there, man. Let me look in the app, man. Cause I don't like this, man. Hey, man, where's my alerts, man? Alerts, man. There's alerts, man. Alerts, man. Logs, man. See the logs? You can see the logs on the phone, man. I set an alert for crossing 4130.25. That's where I set the alert. 4130.25. Get out of my way, desktop logs, man. Get on my nerve, man. Okay, so 41, I said 41, 30, 25. So where's 41, 30, 25? Hold up. 41, 30, right here. Crossing into this Bissy right there. 40, 31, 41, 30, 25. So I set an alert to let me know when it came back to this Bissy and this breaker, right? So when my alert went out, I came back here and we were coming down, right? After I struggled up off the couch from dozing off, right? Came back down here. It had already come all the way down here, right? Below it, right? So I said, okay, let me see what it's gonna do before I try to, take an entry, right? Normally I would have came in and tried to get in with institutional order flow entry drill here, right? But once we came down, I hadn't been watching the chart. I just heard my alert go off. So I said, hey, let me see what it's going to do. Once I saw what it was going to do, um, that's when I decided, okay, yes, this one I'm going to try to take a trade. And then y'all know what happened with that. So we came back down to the Bissy and the breaker, right? Came into the Bissy and the breaker. Wicks do the damage. The bodies tell the story. See where the bodies closed at? Both bodies. This body closed there. This body open here. That is right there on the low of that Bissy inside of that um breaker. Let's check mean threshold of that breaker. Why don't we? Um for the entire breaker, just outside of mean threshold, just for the bodies as well outside. Up, same place, bodies and break, but the bodies is right with the low of the new week opening gap, but they respect the Bissy. The bodies respect the Bissy, right? So then we pushed up, came back into the mitigation block, hung out there for a little bit, dilly dallied. Then we pushed up, got a nice break in market structure on this 235 candle, got a break in market structure, pushed up, took out the buy side, right? Dilly dally, pulled back down into where we had the break in market structure at right here. Maybe it's some lower time frame imbalances or something in there that's not showing now. We also came into this breaker here when we had this break in market structure right there, created this breaker because that high took out these lows over here, and we traded back down into the breaker and into probably some lower time frame imbalance. Who knows? I can't see it right now. And then we rejected off of that and pushed back up. And on the last 5 minutes of the day, we came up and looked like we stopped wick for wick with these equal highs right over here. The high of that count is 41.4550. The high of that count is 41.4550. Wick for wick. And we came down and closed at 41.44 even. And that would be your price action recap for the day. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? 40 minutes in. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to, where did my mouse go? Where did my mouse go? I am going to drop the link in the chat. If you have a question about anything, this is your opportunity to pick the brain to come inside the mind of Lil Timmy Rogers just by clicking that link right there. I invite you now to ask anything you want to ask. This is your opportunity to get people like to schedule one-on-ones with people that they think have some level of knowledge. This is your opportunity to get a one-on-one for the free 99 just by clicking that link that's in the chat right now. Speaking of the chat right now, let me see if there's anybody I didn't shout out in the chat. What's up, DeAndre? What's happening with you? What's going on? Buenas tardes, Valdez. Buenos tardes. What's going on, Audrey? What's up, Hines? What's up, Sammy? Sammy Kazitu, everybody. Sammy Kazitu. Um, look like that'll be it. Look like that'll be it. That's all I see in the chat. I see more numbers than I see names, but that's all I see in the chat. Once again, does anyone have anything before we call it? The link is in the chat right now. Does anyone have any? Hold on. I meant to share this with y'all. I think it was yesterday. My financial advisor, he he was talking about like the inflation numbers, and he actually said something that didn't really dawn on me when it comes to inflation and the price of things. Inflation and the price of, and it never dawned on me until he said it. I think it was yesterday. Let me check it. It was yesterday. That's it. Yes, this is it. What's up, Roy?
What's going on? Hmm.
What's up, Roy?
Can you hear? Can you
Yeah, I
hear
hear
me?
you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I hear you.
Oh, oh.
You there, Roy? You there, Roy?
Yeah, I was just I saw you posted the link. I missed what you was talking about, but I just want to say I appreciate what you're doing, really.
Well, you're welcome, Roy. I was just saying the link was for anybody who, if you want to pull up and ask anything at this time, if you got any questions about anything, you got anything that you know struggling with, or want some I ain't gonna say advice, but want to hear it from a different person's viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? That's what the link was for. Just seeing if anybody want to get a what they call a one-on-one these days.
Yeah, do you trade ZB at all, or do you look at that? Because I'm just now learning the ES, kind of reviewing what you go over, trying to learn that. But I usually trade the ZB every day.
I used to trade the ZB, but it's pretty much the same thing, but my light just died. It's pretty much the same thing, but it just moves slower. It does the exact same thing, but it just moves slower, and so that's why I don't trade it anymore because it takes too long to move, and so like I don't. It's just too slow for me. But yeah, it everything that I talk about works the exact same way on the ZB.
Yeah.
What particular question you got about the ZB?
Um, I'm just now learning about I can't even remember I'm the terminology is slipping away from me. I guess I'm kind of nervous because I'm on the live or whatever. But
Ain't
the
nobody here
gap
but me and you.
the
Hey, you
gaps,
can't.
yeah. I'm just now
You know,
learning how to kind of
you hear
utilize
you
those
hear
in my
my voice and
trade.
you hear your voice. That's it. Ain't nobody on here with us, man. It's just me and you. So let me see. ZB. All right. All right. Click on ZB right here. I keep a tab down there for ZB. All right. And if you notice here, right? Can you see the
Mm,
screen still?
yeah.
Okay. I got these on 5 minute candles right here. This right here, this right there is let me look at this right here. Okay, so I got a 5 minute bearish breaker right there, right? And then price came up to the bearish breaker right there, pushed back down, right? That was my buy side, that was my sell side. I marked this out last night, right? That was my buy side, that was my sell side, right? So we dilly-dally in between there, right? We took out the buy side, right? Stopped at the high of the breaker, pushed back down into this fair value gap right there, right? Got a fair value gap right there, came back down into that fair value gap, came down into that mitigation block right there because that high did not break that low, and then bang out off to the races. And then once we got above this buy side right here, we came back down to the low of that bearish breaker because now we're on the top of it. So now we're expecting that bearish breaker to act as support. Came down to the low of the breaker, came into this fair value gap, came into this bullish breaker right here, stopped right at the close of the breaker right there, pang out, took off again,
Yeah.
right? And then we came back down one more time, right, into this mitigation block right here, inside that fair value gap, pang out, took off again. It works just like the ES, like all the techniques work the same way on the ZB. It's just that I don't trade the ZB anymore because it moved too slow.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking because I trade the ZB because it moves slower, so it's easier for me to kind of watch and kind of see which way it's gonna go. Kind of spot the. I guess it's easy for me to learn. You know what I mean? It's easy for me to
Yeah,
learn because I was trying the ES and I tried the NQ at first, and they was killing me. Both of them, especially the NQ, was killing me at first. So,
yeah.
so the
And it's
ZB.
just with the E, one thing I learned dealing because I started with the ZB and the ES together, right? And I was trying to stick with the ZB because it was slow. It moved slower. It gave me more time to think while the candles was moving. My anxiety didn't flare up because it wasn't zipping around, right? Um,
Mhm.
but one thing I learned is that it really don't matter the speed of them. What matters is understanding where price will and won't go with a high degree of accuracy. If you understand the let me stretch this out a little bit so I can show you what I'm so I can, you know, right. So now just looking at this right here, it all right, let me come back, put this on the ES. All right, put this on 5 minutes here. All right, just let me blow this up, fine. Yeah, I want the counters to get all small and little, like, okay, there you go, just like those were. So when you think about when I start to think about it like in this way I'm about to tell you now, right? So looking at the ZB, right?
Mhm.
The, looking at the ZB, right? And looking at what price did, right? We see price coming here and then we took off, right? Price came here and price took off here. So once price took off from here, right? We consolidating right here, and then price took off from there. So once price took off, right, from this candle back, right? So we're looking at this candle here back, right? We're not expecting price to go back below this area. We're not expecting price to come back below this area right here, right? Why is that? Because we offer buy side and sell side in this area, and then we left that area. Pew! We took off. We left that area, right? Right. So we have an imbalance. Now we don't expect price to come back below that area, right? And let me hide this so we can see it a little bit better. Transparent. There you go. Now, right, and then right, we look from this little counter here. Ah, dog it. Come here, you. It's gonna stretch this out over here, right? So we come right there, and we got us a old bullish fair value gap right there, right? We got us an imbalance right there. Oh, bullish imbalance right there, right? So no matter the speed of these candles, no matter how fast they move, right? When you understand, okay, because we offered buy side and sell side right here, and then from this candle right here, this 220 candle right, you need to change the battery. This 220 candle right here, it took off. Because of that, we don't expect price to come back below this area right here. Oh, look, we left an imbalance right here, right? It's a small imbalance. The ZB don't have like huge ranges all the time. They move a little in tighter ranges. So that's one part of you got to understand, right? But there's an imbalance right there, right? What else is right there? You also have a mitigation block right here because this high didn't break that low. So you got a mitigation block there. You got a bullish imbalance right here, right? And it's a potential balance price range, right? So as we came back down here, right, to this fair value gap, pushed up, right? We pushed up and we stopped right here. Now this is a vital piece of the puzzle right here that I'm about to share with you. Right when we came down here to this fair value gap and we pushed back up, right? When we start coming back down, right? Because we did not break any buy side liquidity, right? That still makes this bullish fair value gap in play to take it up, even if it's only to go up to that high, because you really don't want to be looking for a reversal, right? You don't want to be looking for a reversal, right? After coming below a low, right? See, we came here, we consolidated there, right? And then we dropped below a low there, right? We dropped below this low, and then we went up and we took out that high and closed above that high, right? So that's showing we want to continue up, right? So we're looking to the left for our next target to the upside, right? When we came down to this fair value gap, we pushed up, right? And when we pushed up, we rejected off of that high, right? We didn't take out any buy side liquidity, right? We just rejected off that high, right? After we just took a low. So now that's just going to draw our attention to the low that brought us to this point, which is that low right there, right? So this low right here, that's fine. We want to go take that out because we got another imbalance down here that we want to get long off of, because in the scheme of taking out these lows right here and rejecting off, we still want to keep going up because this high right here closed above this high, saying I want to keep going up. So right here, since it didn't break that high, you're not looking for a reversal. You're not getting tricked into, oh, it's time to go short. You're still trying to buy off of this right here. Now back to what I was saying about the speed of it. It don't matter how fast these candles move, as long as you know we should not go below that low right there, right? I need to get me an entry that's going to allow me to put my stop below where price should not go,
Okay.
right? If I try to enter up here in this fair value gap, I have to allow for price to come all the way down here because this is where price should not go. So it don't matter if it's moving at 90 miles an hour or 1 mile an hour, right? You always want to make an entry based off of where price should not go. So if you're on the NQ, if you're on the ES, right? Now let's go over to the ES, right? Same thing. The ES moves a lot faster, right?
Yeah.
So looking at this air, this all this here, right? So when price came down and took out, price came down and we took out the I should have had it on trading view so I can draw quicker, right? Price came down, and we took out these lows over here, right? Took out them lows there, and we went up, right? We came up, boop, and we went wick for wick with these highs over here, right? As we were going up, right, we were we were leaving no imbalances here, right? We left imbalance right there, and we went up and went wick for wick with that. So when we came over here, right now, in the same scheme of things, like we said on the other chart, right? Right, we're coming from this candle there, right? Because we went and we offered buy side and sell side all throughout that area. Transparent, right? We offered buy side and sell side all throughout this area. We've taken out sell side liquidity, right? And then we left this area here on this candle there, right? There's an imbalance, right? We have an imbalance, right? Oh, I knew it wasn't gonna work, but we got an imbalance right here, right? We got an imbalance right there, right? We got a bullish imbalance sitting right there, and then transparent green. Okay, so we got a bullish imbalance right there. So there's no other imbalance anywhere down here. This is a balanced price range. We don't expect price to come back below this area right here. So as it's dilly-dallying up here, this is the only imbalance that we got to get long off of. So when the price comes down to that imbalance, that's when you go long, right? You go long there. Where would you put your stop? You can put it under this swing low right here, right? You can put your stop under that swing low right there, or you can put your stop below mean threshold of this order block right here, right? This is your down close candle. You came up to, right, an area of support right there, those highs right there. You came up to an area of support. You got some highs right there. You had a shift in sentiment, and then we broke above it. So that's your order block right there. So you can put it below mean threshold of that order block, or you can put, for safety sake, I don't use mean threshold of the order blocks. You can put it at the low of the order block, or you can put it below the low, but you can put it anywhere that you don't expect price to get to. If price is bullish, right, you don't want it to get below mean threshold of this order block. You don't want it to get below this swing low right here, right? Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. It wicked below the imbalance, but the body stayed inside the candles. So no matter how fast the candles are moving, if you understand where price should not go, then you would be able to trade the instrument. Because I used to have a fear of trading the NQ. I used to have a fear of trading the ES because they move so fast. But once I realized, hey, the ZB moving too slow for my attention span, that's when I switched over to the ES. Okay. Did all that babbling help you at all?
Yes, man. That was great information. I will be utilizing it. Yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate you because you gave a lot of aha moments. I've been watching you for about a month now, and there's been a bunch of stuff that just was not coming together, and you kind of been putting me on the right path, and I appreciate that.
That's what's up, man. You got anything else that ain't clicked yet that you would like some further explanation about?
No, not right now, but I'm gonna be watching pretty much almost every day. So, yeah, man, try to learn some more. I appreciate it.
If anything come across your mind, just write a note down, and then when I come on live and be like, "Hey, do anybody got anything?" Just pull up and be like, "Hey, Tim." You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't put the link in there, just drop it in the chat. Be like, "Hey, can you explain this right here? Or how you see this right? Just drop it in the chat." That's why every day that's why I say, "Do anybody got anything?" Because that's the time to say, "Hey, you know what? I was thinking about this."
Already, will do.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Roy, I appreciate you, Roy. Now get on off my stage now, Roy. You gotta go.
All right.
All right, man. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do, Tanisha? Bro, don't be nervous. What did I do, Deborah? I forgot you. How I forgot you? I forgot you, Deborah. What did I do? I'm sorry. What was I supposed to do? I feel bad now. What was I supposed to do, Deborah? You said I forgot you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Rhonda. I don't know. Say my name. Who you, Beyonce? Who you, Beyonce? Say my name. Say my name. You got to be Kelly. No, you must share. I hope you not faring. Say my name. Say my name. What's up, Deborah? What's going on, Deborah? Hey, man. That's all I got, man. Hopefully, I said something this evening that was helpful to somebody. Um, Again, man, I would just like to. Oh, Dustin. I was supposed to been sharing what Dustin said. You missed everything, Father Legends. We was done. I was about to call it, but I remembered I was supposed to been playing the thing what Dustin said about the inflation. I never thought about it like this. It's dealing with inflation and the price of things. And when he said it, I was like, I had an aha moment.
What do I do? You know,
Put a one.
They're gonna let me in with the shirt. You know, I'm going in the shirt. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's in a couple of weeks. But let's talk about the stock market here because inflation numbers came out. And so that's a good thing. Remember that the Fed is in hyper data dependent mode. They said we will look at all the data. They're no longer looking just at inflation. And I think that's probably why you see people wondering like, oh, okay, maybe the market's not going to do too much here. If it were a super high reading today, then you would think, okay, maybe one more rate hike. We come in at 4.9%, the headline CPI number there. That means we've seen a drop of 4% in inflation in the last 10 months. Now, remember, inflation going down does not mean prices are going down. That's a big disconnect there. Inflation going down means they're just not going up as fast. So prices are only going up 4.9% year over year now, whereas they were going up 9% year over year. So the rate of the increase in the prices has changed. A lot of people get that confused and they think, well, I don't see lower prices. No, just inflation.
Now, for those that didn't understand it, I don't mean to insult anybody, but I never thought about it like that. The inflation numbers are the rate at which inflation is moving, right? And just because the inflation numbers are going down don't mean that prices are going down. That's why, like, if you ever heard me in the past when I talk to people, I said stuff never go back to what it used to be. We just get used to paying the prices, and then we move forward and start waiting on the next crisis bars, right? So we just, like, when I first came back from Germany, unleaded gas was 97 cents a gallon, right? We are never going back to 97 cents a gallon. We just get used to paying the inflated prices. Excuse me. And when Dustin was talking about the inflation numbers, and when he said the inflation numbers are the rate of the inflation increase. So when you see the inflation numbers come down, right? If it goes from 6.0 to 4.9, that means that it was only increasing by 4.9% month over month or whatever, year over year, whatever it is you're looking at, as opposed to increasing by 6%. That don't mean the prices are coming down. That just means the prices are not increasing as fast as they used to be. That's what the inflation number is showing. Again, it just means that the prices are not increasing as fast as they used to be increasing, right? It's not saying that it's not expensive. It's just saying it's not increasing as fast as it used to be, When he said that, I was like, makes sense. Makes sense. That's it, man. That's all I got. Your last name popular. Well, I used to live. Focus. Taryn, please focus. Stop all. I know Robinson ain't here. In the class, need a good distraction. Stop all that talking in class. You too, Deborah. Hey man, that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, man. I'm about to wrap it up. I look at this thing, always freezing. It's always freezing with me looking crazy. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's always freezing with me looking crazy when I be on IG. It got me looking crazy. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Y'all know how I like to end it, right? Don't put off till tomorrow what you can say today. If your loved ones are still with us, please take advantage and let them know that you love them today, because ain't nobody promised tomorrow. One day somebody's tomorrow is not gonna come. It may be your tomorrow, it may be their tomorrow. But one thing you don't want to happen is there be any unresolved issues between you and your loved ones when that day comes, right? We can prepare all we want for that day that we all got a date with in the future, but it still hits real hard when it gets here. So please take advantage today and let your loved ones know that you love them. Show them that you love them. Speak in their love language so they can receive that love you're trying to give them. Open up the lines of communication so that they know how to speak in your love language. If you got grown kids, call them up. Hey, babe, mama think about you. Daddy think about you. If your parents are still here, you blessed enough to have both your parents. If you're blessed enough to have one parent, if you're blessed enough to have grandparents, take advantage, man. Nobody's promised tomorrow. So it don't matter about the age, but please take advantage. I don't have my father anymore, right? I still got my mother. I'm blessed to have my mother still, but take advantage, man. Take advantage. I appreciate it. I ask y'all to do this every day because it's something very important to me. It's very near and dear to my heart. I live with a lot of regret, and I don't want nobody to live with that same regret that I live with because I did not take advantage of today while I had the chance. I'll see y'all in the morning, man. I'll see y'all in the morning. What's this dissertation you done put on the screen? Okay. If the Lord say the same, you hear me. Look here. Y'all gonna stop passing these notes in class. Y'all gonna stop passing these notes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's where they from, girl. If y'all don't sidebar this, it's a small world after all. It's a small world. I see y'all in the morning, man, at 9 o'clock for the overnight price action. Y'all enjoy y'all evening, y'all dinner, whatever you gonna do with your families, man. I'm gone.